Welcome back to another edition of, actually the first edition of Breaking the Huddle from the Huge Pop Entertainment podcast. We are here with my favorite time of the year, football season. And by the way, this is just to show off that I won my fantasy football league last year. So the champ is here. I got to defend this year. Right there. Oh, I'm upside down. So
nice. When's your draft?
Well, I already drafted. We already drafted. And I have a sneaky good team. I think I'll be okay. So again, guys, this is going to be not our normal time. This week and maybe next week will be the last couple of weeks that we'll be doing the 1:00 start, 1:30 in our case time. Due to life, we're going to be pushing shows back. We're going to have different faces in the crowd, so to speak, as well. Starting next week, we're going to be 3:15 to 4:15 start time slot due to my work, and we're going to be bringing Andrew, my son, on for this show. He's very, very smart when it comes to football. He knows a lot about the NFL. He knows a lot about college, what's going on, and that kind of stuff. So we're going to be including him next week. Going forward, he's going to be on the weekly show. He's pretty excited about that. Get to spend time with Dad and Uncle Scott. So he's pretty excited about that. So, but yeah. I know I should be a little bit more excited, a little bit more loud and obnoxious about this, but it's football season, right? In my opinion, it's like Christmas Day. It's right. We're this close to another season. So what do you want to talk about first, Scott? Do you want to talk about the NFL? Do you want to talk about the NCAA?
I just want to get this off my chest. I want to talk about NCAA.
Okay.
And I want to ask a question, maybe, because I don't know if I'm reading stuff wrong, et cetera, et cetera. And if I am not reading stuff wrong, I have a huge question.
Okay.
So I was just, while we're waiting to make this work, I was reading, and they're supposedly going to hand down the penalty on Friday, which is tomorrow, for U of M for the sign stealing thing. And some people have said, and of course it's only on Facebook, so I don't know if that's what we talk about this on wrestling, and they call it dirt sheets. So you'll watch the Facebook ticker, and all of a sudden you see Shannon Moore up there popped up, and it's about the, whatever. In my opinion, it wasn't his deal, so I don't know why we're punishing him. But people are saying that Michigan could potentially lose their 2023 championship and be out of the playoffs or postseason for the next 5 years. So if that's true, I'm going to give you the whole scenario, Matt, and then you can answer this question. If that is true, what's going through the minds of Bryce Harper?
It's Underwood. Bryce Underwood.
Yeah, Bryce Underwood. The other 5-star athletes that came to Michigan because of Bryce Underwood and how elite the Michigan program is. Do we see that team dismantle so Bryce could have a better chance to win the championship? Because ultimately, at that level, that's what these guys want, right? They want the national championship. So that's my question. This might take the whole show, but that's my question because I'm still a U of M fan. I'm still going to root for them. But my thing is, what will this decision on Friday do for that program?
I don't think you're going to see that.
Okay.
I don't think you're going to see that. I think what we're going to see as far as because Michigan, okay, and I'm not saying this as a Michigan fan. I'm saying this as someone who is around the college game as much as I am being part of the support staff at Central Michigan University. I think if they would have given them, in my opinion, that would have been called the death sentence for Michigan. If they would have, if that was the direction they were going to go into, and the probe did whatever, it would have been handed down already. They would have stripped them because we're 2 years removed from the national championship.
Right.
They would have stripped them by now. They would have given them the postseason ban prior. I honestly think that it's not going to happen because Harbaugh took part of the punishment when he was still there. He sat out how many games that season? At least 5.
5, yeah, 5.
Between 4 and 5. I don't know the exact numbers, but I want to say it was either 4 or 5 games. He sat out those 4, at least 4, and they won without him. They won without him. They won without Connor Stalions being part of their program. I think this whole thing is going to come back down that says, you know what, Sherrone Moore is going to sit out the first. No, he's going to coach in the first 2, sit out the next 2 for his guys. And so we're gonna, it's that kind of situation where they've self-imposed sanctions and self-imposed punishments on that. And as far as like Bryce Underwood and those other 5-star athletes, I don't think they're going anywhere because they wouldn't have signed with Michigan. Because I'm sure that's part of Bryce's deal. Well, hey, listen, like, are we in any risk of being punished here? Because if that's the case, I'm not going to sign.
Right.
You would
think that. You'd hope that.
These kids, and here's the thing: like, they're not a kid at his level, a kid of his magnitude. Yeah, he's going to get the money that Michigan threw at him, but he ultimately wants to win, right? Like, he's not going to just come into Michigan and be like, well, my shot at Natty is gone because of the team before me. No, he's going to be like, all right, well, I want a Natty and I want money. I can do both in Texas. I could do both at Alabama. I could do both at LSU. He chose Michigan because he felt that Michigan was the right place, and he doesn't feel threatened to lose a possibility. But either way, he's going to get paid.
Right. Yeah, and I get that. That blows me away because I'm still going to root for them. I want that sanction to come down. I can't wait till Friday because it could cause big waves in the NCAA. And if it does come down that way, and I hope you're right, Matt, I hope it doesn't. If it comes down that way, can Bryce and the other men, can they jump in that portal like now and get the hell out of Michigan?
They got to play. They got to play that season.
Okay.
They got to play the season as it is, and I mean, if they go ahead and rip the banner down, it's gonna leave a very sick feeling in my stomach. It's gonna be no different from when they erased all those Big Ten championships that the Fab Five won. Yeah. It's gonna be like that. It's going to be a sick feeling. It's going to be, are you kidding me? They put in the effort. Why aren't they being allowed to do that?
It just comes, football season. I don't know why. It's the NFL, it's NCAA, and I don't know why. But for some dumb reason, NCAA and NFL hate State of Michigan. I don't give a shit if it's what it is. They don't like the Lions. No one likes MSU, which I understand. And they hate Michigan Wolverine. So football season is kind of like this pit in your stomach that you want to see Michigan go out and prove, and Detroit go out and prove. But shut up all these naysayers, because this type of season excites me, but you gotta bugs the shit out of me.
Now, and it's Michigan. It's any team in Michigan versus everybody. It truly is. So since we're in the college football ranks right now, we're going to start with the ACC. We're just going to go in alphabetical order, I guess. I guess just pick the top 3 teams. They don't have to be. I already have my top 3 for this.
My top 3.
Yeah, your top 3. Who do you think is going to be in the top 3? And the top. If you want to take the top 2 and just say these are the guys that you think is going to win or be competing for an ACC championship this year.
I'm going to say Clemson for sure.
Okay.
And here I am. I'm a Michigan boy, but I live in the state of Florida. I'd do top 3.
Okay.
Michigan. It'll be Clemson, Miami, and I've been hearing and watching a lot about Virginia Tech.
Okay.
So, but I think it's going to be Clemson taking it with Miami close.
So my top 3, are at number 3. I'm going to go the SMU, the Mustangs.
Okay.
I think they're going to keep building from what they had last year. They're going to just keep moving forward. At number 2, I'm going to go Clemson at 2.
Okay.
And number 1 is the U. I got to go with the U. They got screwed last year. They got screwed, and I really hope Carson Beck can show why he was so good at Georgia, and I hope he figures it out. It basically is like. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the U winning the ACC, Clemson at 2, and then SMU. Those are my top 3 teams in that. Next up, I guess we don't. Just pick the winner, I guess, of the American. We don't have to give a top 3.
American?
Yeah. I already have mine. It's going to be Army. I think Army wins the American. They should have won it last year.
Right.
And I'm not saying that because my head coach right now, Matt Drinkle, for CMU, was the O-line coach there last year, but they just. That has nothing to do with it.
Nothing at all.
No, but no, most of that coaching staff was from Army last year, and they said that this group of young men are super good, and the head coach there's been there for a while, and I just like that, and I love their unis. Their unis are freaking sick every time out.
Now that's the conference with Tulane in it, right?
It's going to be, it's got Tulsa, Tulane, Temple, Rice, North Texas.
Yeah, I watched the bowl game. Tulane was there. They look solid. But you're right, Army. It's a toss up. But I'm gonna go ahead and pick Tulane as the winner of the conference.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next up, we got the Big 12. The Big 12 is a interesting. I got I got top 3, but if you want to lead off with yours first this time around, that's fine.
My Big 12. I wrote this down chicken scratch here. So, I like K-State. I really do. K-State. They seem like they're always around there, and so is TCU. Not TCU, but Texas Tech. They're always there. But I'm going to say K-State's going to win, and with Texas Tech coming up real close.
Okay.
Yeah, but I love K-State. I like their first of all their colors, but they play good football. Okay.
I have K-State in the number 2 spot.
All right.
The number 3 will go with Iowa State. Iowa State's really good. They're sneaky good. They got a lot of speed. And then again, one of my real good friends, that's the running backs coach here at CMU, Coach Dukes, not Coach Dukes, I'm sorry, Coach Croney. Coach Dukes is the cornerback coach. Coach Croney is an Iowa State alum, and he coached there for a couple of years as well. And I'm going to go with them at 3, and Arizona State to win the thing. I think Arizona State, even with Cam Scatbo out, I think that they have a legitimate shot at winning the Big 12.
Okay.
Next up, I mean, obviously the Big Ten's next. The Big Ten's going to look really interesting. It's going to look real interesting this year.
I have top 3, I guess. I really do. I really want to say Michigan. They have all the tools to get that number 1 spot. I believe that the Big Ten is a tough conference. You got Penn State, you got Ohio State, you got Michigan, you got Indiana played their breaks off last year. We got Oregon, you got all these new teams that want to come to be part of this Big Ten. I'm gonna have to, and it sucks. I don't even want to say it, but if I had to pick a front runner right now, because I'm not sure on how good Bryce is gonna do, we'll have to go Penn State, number 1.
I'm right there with you.
I got to do that because Bryce kind of scares me a little bit. Yeah, I want to see if he's worth the money they say he's worth. He's got the size, he's got the arm, he's got the knowledge. I don't think recruiting they're not stupid. And I'm gonna have to I'll put Michigan second. And I'm going to have to put that stupid team from Ohio third. But they're dangerous. They're always dangerous. I mean, that's the game. It's a game for the reason, right? It's the big game for the reason. And so that's my top 3. Penn State, Michigan, and Ohio State.
You're generous with our Michigan Wolverines. You truly are, because they didn't even make my top 3.
No? I think that might be the fan in me, right? I mean, I'm just saying.
I have Penn State 1, Oregon 2, and Illinois at 3.
Illinois. Okay.
Illinois is not anything to sneeze at. They are a very good team. If they can string together all 4 quarters of a football game, they can beat anybody in the Big Ten.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Michigan comes in at 4 in my spot.
Okay.
And I honestly put that team from Columbus in the number 5 hole. I think they are going to be reeling. They cannot, and I repeat, they come to us this year, and they're going to get their teeth knocked down their throat. They can't deal with us.
Right.
We have their numbers, so kick rocks, you know what I mean?
Kick rocks.
Next up, we got the Conference USA. Again, just whoever you think is going to win this division conference. It's pretty much, in my opinion, it's going to be one of those things where Liberty owns that conference until anyone else,
decides to show up. Yeah, and Liberty's been there all for a while, so that's why I have down. I had Liberty. Yeah.
The only other team that's in that conference that might be able to make them give a run is FIU.
Maybe.
And maybe Western Kentucky. Those are the only 2 that really could throw the gauntlet at Liberty.
Yeah, Liberty. I think Liberty will take that. That's what I have written down.
This is I might catch some shit at work. Next up, we have MAC. We have the Mid-American Conference. My top 3 are CMU finishes 3rd. Second or third, it's kind of a flip-flop. Followed by probably Miami of Ohio. Those 2 teams. and number one, and it sucks because I hate them. But until someone beats Toledo, they are the best team in the conference.
Yeah.
It's going to be really difficult, but if come November, hold on, I got to make sure it's the right date. Come 11/29, come Thanksgiving weekend, if CMU is playing as good as I hope they do, and I know that they can play, and they play Toledo on the 29th of November, I think I just might end up going to that game and skipping out on the game to watch my boys take home, or beat Toledo. But we'll get to that one. We'll get to that game in about 11 to 12 weeks.
You're right. All these conferences like that, like these small conferences that have Liberties and stuff like that, Tulane's, they've owned those conferences for so long. And so until somebody can come in and beat Toledo, unfortunately, they're on top of that conference all the time.
Yeah. Toledo and Miami of Ohio. Toledo and Miami of Ohio are always there.
Always there. And, CMU can come close. I will put CMU third, but I would have to agree with exactly that order. I was going to put Western up there in that top four because they always play good. So I'm going to stick with what Matt said. Toledo, Miami of Ohio, unfortunately, and then CMU at third. Hopefully CMU can shock the world and win the conference, but we'll see.
Next up is the Mountain West, or basically the Boise State Conference.
Yeah. Again, there's that thing. It's the thing. Until somebody can knock them out, they're always good.
They are. The Mountain West is very competitive, though. They have Colorado State, they got San Diego State, they got San Jose State, they have Wyoming. They have a lot of really good teams, but it's just not the ranked opponents, not the big atmosphere. But Mountain West is a lot of fun. It's a lot of good football. Yeah. It's just they beat on each other, and
I'd say Colorado State would be second in my book, but I put more there.
I'm gonna go San Jose State's the number 2.
Okay.
And that's that's who CMU opens up with. So in 2 weeks, by the way, 2 weeks from today is opening day for the CMU Chippewas. They travel to San Jose State and will be taking on the Spartans at 10:30 my time. So it's going to be a late night, early morning on that Saturday morning, waking up and watching College Game Day, even more football coming.
There you go.
Meanwhile, my wife's thinking, oh, yay. Next up, we have the SEC, and it's the last conference because I'm not going to go into the Ivy League and all that bullshit. The SEC is always, from top to bottom, everyone's all like, well, they're the NFL if they were college football. Simmer down now. Right. Play up north, and then we'll talk. You know what I mean?
Right.
We can give our top 3 for this one. What do you got?
Texas, number 1. I'm excited.
They're number 1 team in the nation. I mean, you have to.
I'm excited to see that team. They've showed lots and lots of potential last year. I mean, I hate this conference. So who I want would be Tennessee and Florida. But I know that's not going to be realistic. So I'm going to say Texas, Oklahoma, and Georgia.
Georgia at 3, huh?
Yep.
Well, I'm going to go Texas 1, Georgia 2, It's not time to pick, so I can't sing my song. And number 3 is I'm gonna go. Give me Boomer Sooner. Boomer Sooner at 3, I think.
We're gonna hear that fucking song all year.
Who's that coming down the track? The Mean Machine in the red and black. So college football this year is going to be, again, we're looking at let me see the top 25, the standings, the rankings to start off the season, the AP top 25. Texas 1, Penn State's at the 2 hole. That team from Columbus coming in at 3. Clemson at 4. Georgia at 5. Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish, at 6. Oregon Mighty Ducks at 7. The Crimson Tide of Alabama, 8. LSU, 9. The Hurricanes at 10. Arizona State, 11. The Illini from Illinois at 12. The Gamecocks from South Carolina, they're at 13. And Michigan at 14. And the Gators, chomp that swamp, at 15. Some of these other schools that didn't, Florida at 15, Florida's at 15, SMU 16, Kansas State 17, Boomer Sooner at 18, Texas A&M 19, the Hoosiers from Indiana at 20, Ole Miss 21, Iowa State 22, Texas Tech 23, Tennessee 24, and Boise State rounding off the top 25. That's the AP poll. There's a lot of good football. So again, stick with us, and we'll give our. I'll have, and this is we're going to break it down, and I think this year we'll make it a little fun, and I'll actually keep tally of how many we each get. I'll post it. Maybe I'll start a different Facebook page, or maybe I'll post it to the Huge Pop Entertainment Facebook page, and you'll see how many wins we each got each week, and we'll have a running tally, right. And the winner could maybe pick a punishment for the 2 losers.
All right.
So have a little bit of fun with it.
God, don't lose. So,
it's all. Really, and that's what you gotta realize with college football. It's so it's a flip of a coin half the time. It truly is, and we're not going to be picking ranked teams all the time. I'm going to take the games that have that closest in closest in point differential.
Right.
And
right.
we're going to it's the closest in the spread. The spread's the closest. That's what I'd like to do, and we'll just go from there.
All right.
So next up, we have our NFL preview. Is there anything that you've noticed, or anything that you want to maybe talk about as far as NFL is concerned, going into before we kind of get into this?
No, not really. I really want to see. I'm really looking forward. Again, as a Detroit Lions fan, you got these what ifs. Aiden Hutchinson, he's back. How is he going to be 100%? What did he lose? What edge did he lose? Right. So I'm really curious about how they're going to look. I always say this: I cannot stand the new rules that these people make, these NFL make. Whatever. But no, I'm excited. This is what I'm excited for. I'm a bigger NFL fan than an NCAA fan, but I don't. There's not really nothing. I want to see I want to see what this league is going to produce. I'm really excited to see how Shadir Sanders is going to do as well. I say this every year. I loved him in college. He had a great game against his first game in Cleveland, so it's okay.
I honestly hope that kid from Detroit is okay. Um,
Yeah, that's you.
that was like what I was really thinking about is I and as far as the new rules, that there's one rule that I really wish that the NFL would learn and get like take a rule from the college game, and that's their overtime rule. Is I love the way college overtime runs. It's so each team gets a turn from like I think the 25-yard line and just go from there. And that to me that's better. That's just a better scenario. Um, and Cody Cornett comes in with this. Colin Cowherd made his playoff predictions and said Kansas City and the Lions are going to be wild card teams this year.
But I'm going to touch back. Go ahead.
Here's the thing. I do like Colin Cowherd. I do. You know, and he's entitled to his opinions. Doesn't mean I agree with him. You know? To say that they're going to be a wild card team is ludicrous. They do play in the hard. They play in the toughest division in all of they play in the toughest division in all of football. And again, Cody comes back with Colin Cowherd predicts the Packers and the Broncos win their respective respective divisions. I can't see that. I cannot see that, and it stems because Detroit doesn't lose games to Green Bay in the last like 3 or 4 years. They just don't lose to Green Bay. You know what I mean? Like, we just don't. I'm glad that we play Green Bay in week 1 in Green Bay. We play them in Green Bay week 1, so we don't have to go and play them there in the middle of a freaking snowstorm in December. I think the way things are shaping out right now, that we are playing. We have a massive chip on our shoulder, right? Because we lost a game that we shouldn't have lost to Washington. We lost that game solely because we were so banged up on defense. It had nothing to do with the fact that Washington was not better than us. I will not say that. And I will say that with my whole goddamn chest. They were not better than us. But we'll get to the NFC North here in a little bit. The American Football Conference, the AFC East. Who do you got winning, and who's your surprise team?
So this is an obvious. It's just one of those things like the MAC. You know, like we talk about the MAC, we talk about the Sun Belt, the Mountain, whatever. In NFL, until somebody grows a pair of balls to take out the Bills are going to take that conference. They're going to win that in the East. No questions. My shocker team is they found a way to lose a lot of games last year, but I got to go with the Dolphins. My shocker team, my surprise team, everybody has them last. I'm going to say they're going to finish second in that conference.
Obviously Buffalo. You have to pick Buffalo. You'd be stupid if you didn't take Buffalo to win that. They have the second best quarterback in the league, behind Patrick Mahomes, and I think the sleeper team that will give Buffalo fits. I would not be a bit surprised if Drake May and the New England Patriots give them enough fits to potentially take that division from them this year. Drake May, great quarterback. And Mike Vrabel, a dude that studied under Bill Belichick. He played for him, and he was really super good at Tennessee. I don't know why Tennessee let him walk. That was stupid. So yeah, I'm gonna go New England and Buffalo will compete for that. Will compete for the division, and I think they're both playoff caliber teams. I really do. Next up at the AFC North, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Cleveland, Cincinnati.
B?
Yeah.
Shout out to Heel Kevin, Go Ravens. I think they win that conference. I just talked shit about that. God. I hate saying this. Go Steelers. Number 2.
Wow.
I don't like Steelers. I think they can surprise some people.
The front runner is clearly Baltimore, right? I mean, that's what everyone wants to think. That's what everyone says. Lamar Jackson, yada, 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 King Henry, yada, yada, yada. But that's where it stops, right? I mean, they have 2 really good stud offensive players, and then it's like, okay, what else do you have? The team that's going to, and it sucks that I say this, the number 2 team in that division is not Pittsburgh. And it's because they have that fraud Aaron Rodgers. The guy's a straight up fraud. You look back at his time in Green Bay, and he was a system quarterback at that point. He truly was the definition of a system quarterback because he leaves and he just turns into a sack of shit. Like, he just doesn't, he's not a good quarterback. He gets hurt. He hasn't rebounded. He's just a bad quarterback now. I'm going to go Cincinnati. Joe Burrow is a tremendous, tremendous quarterback. And he is the 3rd best quarterback in the league. He is in that upper echelon of quarterbacks. He is just as good as Josh Allen. He's just as good as Patrick Mahomes. I mean, those 3 are the 3 best true quarterbacks in the league. Lamar Jackson is still, in my opinion, a running back that can throw the ball. He'll never lose that stigma with me. Next up, we have the AFC South. That's with Jacksonville, Indiana, Houston, and Tennessee.
I was thoroughly impressed with Houston, Texas last year, and so I'm going to give them their flowers, and they're going to get that. They're going to take that conference. I say this every year because I live in the state. Lawrence is the quarterback. He's going to have a year. He's going to have a good year. He is. We all want him to have a good year. I'm going to take the Jacksonville Jaguars as the sleeper team. They're going to finish 2nd. Then it's going to be the Indianapolis Colts with Tennessee Titans bringing up the rear way behind.
I mean, obviously, C.J. Stroud and the Houston Texans are it's a product of it's their division to lose, right?
It is.
The number 2 team though is going to be Indianapolis.
Okay.
I really like that the Colts. But the thing is, it all depends on if Anthony Richardson can stay healthy. That quarterback needs to stay healthy. He needs to stay on his feet, and he needs to be able to deliver in the big moments. He's not always going to have Joe Flacco behind him to. But yeah, I'm going to go Indianapolis at the 2 hole. AFC West. That's the Chargers, Broncos, Raiders, and Chiefs. I'm going to go Chiefs winning the division. Because it is their division to win until someone else says so. I will say Denver at 2 though. Denver is the second best team in the conference, and it kills me. It really does, because I really want to see the Chargers be something, and I want to see Coach Harbaugh take them to that level. But I just don't think that they don't have any. Like, Justin Herbert might be one of those overrated guys. Like, oh my God, like, you had a great start. It's just you haven't really panned out. Haven't really done what we all thought you were going to do. Typical Oregon quarterback, I suppose. But yeah, I think it's going to be Kansas City 1, Denver Broncos 2. Bo Nix is the real deal. He is tremendous under center. So yeah, those are my top 2.
Well, here's where we're going to start disagreeing. So, and Bo Nix, what can you say? He's going to take the conference. They're going to shock the world. They're going to beat Kansas City. Not once, but twice. And the Chargers are going to come under Jim Harbaugh. They're going to show that that's the reason why they're going to be the second best team. And the Chiefs are going to lose more than 6 games, and they're going to be the third best team in that conference. Someone's in that conference going to take over the Chiefs, and that's happening this year.
I mean, we could all dream, right? And then when
you go ahead.
When that happens, you can shut off your Xbox and go to sleep.
All right, you do that. You better stop playing your fantasy football because.
So next up, we have the NFC East. That's the Giants, Philly, Dallas, and Washington. I'm gonna go Philly. Obviously, it's their division to lose until someone else. That team is very good. I'm gonna go Philly 1, Washington 2, and the other 2 teams can just whatever.
On the other contrary, I like your top 2. But I will flip that because I am a Lions fan, and they lost that game. They lost that game themselves. They didn't get beat by a better team. They got beat by a really good team. And yeah, we were hurt last year, so that made a difference. But I'm going to say Washington comes in at number 1. Philly's number 2. And like you said, Giants and the Cowboys can go piss themselves. Who cares?
Yeah. They can play spin the bottle with each other. I don't give a damn.
Yeah, neither do I.
We'll talk about the NFC North last. NFC South, Tampa, New Orleans, Carolina, and Atlanta. It's Tampa Bay and then everybody else.
Absolutely, 100%.
I mean, I rag on my boy Trey from the TikTok group or my TikTok family, because he's a big old Tampa Bay Bucks fan, and he loves himself some Baker Mayfield. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, I say it every year, man. Baker, man, he's gonna prove something. He's
good. He's good.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna sit here and discredit what he's done. I just like to stir the pot a little bit. I mean, I'd be good if I had Mike Evans as my wide receiver 1. I mean, I'd throw the ball deep to him. You know what I mean? But be ready for gosh darn it, it's right there at the tip of my tongue. Don't sleep on Bucky Irving as their running back. That kid is nasty. He's sneaky good. But yeah, Tampa wins that one, and then probably Atlanta at number 2.
I had the same picks, man. I have Tampa and Atlanta. I want to just pause it real quick. And you mentioned something earlier about the kid in Detroit. What impressed the hell out of me is both Detroit and Atlanta. You know, you're in the middle of a game, and one of your boys go down hurt, and both sides decided to stop the game. And I would hope any NFL team would do it and just stop the game and say this: it's not worth it. This is not
It's preseason.
It's preseason. I ain't gonna do what. Why play the game? We just have a guy that just got carted off. He's more important. Atlanta's good, but there's not going to beat the Bucks. Are going to take that division, and no one else is going to come close but Atlanta. So they're going to be second.
Then next up we have the NFC West. That's the Rams, Cardinals, Seahawks, and 49ers.
I'm going to say the Rams take it. It's going to be close. It's going to be a run for the money, and it's going to follow up by the 49ers. Seattle, I think, is going to make it interesting, though. I think Seattle will. They always stick around. They always make it interesting. So I think they're going to be there too.
I'm taking Seattle as my number 2.
Okay.
I think it's going to be the Rams, Seattle, and then 49ers at 3. I originally really thought the 49ers, they lost Deebo Samuel. They lost a lot of hold on, I just in from Ian Rappaport. Never mind. It was Ian Rappaport doing his Seth Rollins impression and coming in with a sling. And anyway, if you follow Ian Rappaport and Rap Sheet on Twitter, he posted a video a few minutes ago. And it says this just in, breaking news. And then anyway, I'm gonna go Rams 1, Seattle 2. I just don't think that the 49ers have enough in them to make it interesting enough for a playoff run. I don't think they have it.
All right.
At number, so we're save the best division for football in the NFL for last. The Vikings, Bears, Packers, and the best team in the division, the Detroit Lions. I'm going to go Detroit wins. Minnesota comes in 2. Green Bay 3, and Chicago will finish 4th. And this is also, Detroit will only go as far as their injury list will let them. Yep. If we get bit by the injury bug again, and again, I'm not making any excuses. I'm just saying if we get hit by the bug again, it's going to be a long season. It truly is. I mean, you can have the horses, you can have the Clydesdales, you can have the thoroughbreds, but if they break their leg, it is that time to put that horse down, and it just sucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Here's where Matt and I will, and please hear me. Week 1, week 9, week 13, and week 17 are going to set this tone for this whole season. We have the best 3 teams in the NFL playing in our division, in my opinion. We certainly have the hardest division. Now we have to play other teams that are just as good from other divisions, right? Baltimore. Yeah. We're playing Baltimore. We're playing Kansas City. People say that we're going to beat Kansas City. I don't know. Matt said it. Patrick Mahomes is probably top 5 quarterbacks in the league. You can't discredit J.J. McCarthy either. Right? You can't discredit the quarterback and the offense of the Green Bay Packers. I'm not going to be here sitting and being a dumb Lions fan and say, Lions are going to go undefeated. Hell no, they're not. They're not. If you think they're going to go undefeated, you're crazy. I Now, do I think Dan Campbell will have his boys ready? Yes. I hope to God he plays with balls like he did last year. As much as that drove me freaking bananas, he played with balls of steel, and he had some good stuff happen. I'm going to go the same way that Matt said, Detroit, Minnesota, Green Bay. But I'm telling you, I would not be shocked at the end of the season we see Minnesota one game ahead of us.
I mean,
I'm just being real. I'm just being honest Lions fan saying they got a tough schedule. I mean, I can look at it. Look, Green Bay. People are counting Chicago Bears out. They might make some waves. We don't have an easy schedule.
Here's where, I mean, I'm gonna say this. I think we, as a Lions, as the Detroit Lions franchise, what have they done? What have they done since Dan Campbell took over? They were shit when he took over. He took them to just barely missing the playoffs, right?
Right.
They had a chip on their shoulder because they didn't make the playoffs.
Right.
Next year, we made the playoffs, a deep run, right? We got to the NFC Championship game and got screwed. Well, we screwed ourselves out of going to our first ever Super Bowl. Right. Last year, injury ridden, we lose to a team that we should have beat. It's all about how we react to that, how we respond. And I just think that that's just going to add to their anger, because after losing to the 49ers and watching them lose in the Super Bowl, that probably agitated them enough, and that's why they were the best team in football last year. They wanted to kick everyone in the dick, and they did. So it's if they can just use what happened last year at home against Washington to to add the fuel to the fire, add another layer to that chip that's on their shoulder, then great. And I really think that that's what's going to happen. I think that's going to be a motivating factor for not only Amon-Ra St. Brown to just go off, Jared Goff just to have a tremendous year, Aiden Hutchinson back. That whole defense just looks like they want it more than they've ever wanted it. You can call me, maybe I'm a delusional fan. I don't know. I don't think so. But I truly think that this year, I'm not saying we're going to win the Super Bowl. I will never at the beginning of a season say my team's going to win the Super Bowl, because that's just stupid. But we will win a lot of games. We will win our division, and we will get to the playoffs. That I can for sure say. After that, who knows? And
it's like you said, it's a horse race, right? You know, they're going to go as hard as they're going to go until, you know, as long as we can stay off of the injured list. What did we have last year? Max of wasn't there 20 of our guys on the injured list? I mean, you know what, Cody Cornett? I wish the Buffalo Bills and Detroit Lions could come in and play each other in the Super Bowl so we can shut your mouth. I hope that happens.
Super Bowl or bust?
Bust.
I mean, here's the thing. With that statement, right there, it's laughable to me, because is this going to be the first? Is this going to be the first of your 4 consecutive that you're going to go in this generation and not win a Super Bowl? I mean,
you got to get past the Baltimore Ravens first there, Cornette.
Well, no, it's not. They can beat the Ravens. It's just they can't go into Arrowhead and win in the playoffs.
That's where I disagree.
Tell me when the last time that they went to. Tell me the last time that they beat. Tell me the last time that they beat Kansas City in the playoffs. I'll wait.
I couldn't tell you. So.
See, they can beat them in the regular season when the chips are down, Patrick Mahomes comes out to play and he just owns Buffalo because Buffalo turns or Josh Allen turns into freaking Joey Harrington in the playoffs against. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's a good example.
He runs away and he hides. You know what I mean? Like he turns into Rodney Pete in the playoffs.
Yeah,
he really truly does. First of four to win. Cody, child, please.
Matt the Duelist comes in with a stat.
The Bills okay. Cool. That was before Cody was born. You know what I mean? Like 1993 was the last time they did it. I mean, I could have this conversation until and I'm gonna throw this out there because I am the football guy. Let me handle the football, and you guys talk about your fake combat sports, okay?
Oh. Fake combat sports.
I mean, I'll get a phone call after this, but
I'm sure you will. Not by me.
Simulated combat sports. I'm sorry. I'll say it correctly. But no, I just don't think Buffalo has it doesn't have the it. Because all the guys that they went and signed, like the Nick Bosa, it wasn't no, it's Joey Bosa. They went and got Joey Bosa in the now Duelist. If you want to have the discussion off air, I will be more than happy to explain to you why you are the dumbest sack of turds on the planet. Because that is so far from the truth.
Yeah.
That quite honestly, that angers me, and I'm glad I can't get on the phone call after this.
Throw up the shit. You're gonna get on a phone call?
No, I can't because I have stuff to do. Okay.
All right.
So, yeah. So next week we'll be starting with
Shade.
We'll be starting with yeah.
I got words. Kim, we're dealing with people that are delusional.
Anyway,
Anyways, I think Matt's got lost for words. So
well, no, it's I'm trying to choose my words wisely so I don't get a copy or get a strike against me on social media. Anyway, next week we start our normal programming. and we will be having there'll be 3 people on screen. It'll be me, Scott, of course, and we're introducing our 3rd member of the Breaking the Huddle podcast. My son Andrew. He's super smart, smarter than most of the people in our chat. Yeah, and he probably has a better conversation than most of the people in the chat as well about football. Anyway, thank you. Even though you're idiots. Yeah. And tomorrow we will be talking the rest. We'll be back here at 1:00 Eastern Standard Time to do our week of wrestling, our Break It Down podcast. And if you haven't yet watched the show we did last night. It was yesterday afternoon. Go back and watch that. Watch us talk to Eric Watts. Watch Eric Watts talk about Eric Watts. He's a great dude. He truly has had a lot of stories. Go back and watch last week's episode of Breaking the Huddle, where we had Tony Mandarich. Great dude. Has a lot to talk about as well. Hopefully we can welcome him back. Go check out our huge right underneath. Check out our YouTube channel for all of our content. And so again, thank you for everyone who joined. I'm not going to call out the people that were in here because they don't deserve my time. And we'll see you next week.